welcome to Badger Beer Report for October 28th, 2025. We will have updates for you from Brood Omen and Boulder Junction and Bull Falls and Littleport all over the state. We are ready here, and I'm here with my esteemed colleague and brewery savant, Joel Geyer.
How's it going today, Greg?
How are you doing?
Good. It's been It's been a hot second, but we finally got some movement.
Yeah, we got enough to give you all a full report, Joel. What is up first?
Yeah, so our own Chris Drosner broke probably the biggest news that we'll be discussing today, and that is that Illinois-based Solemn Oath Brewing, they are based out of Naperville. They are coming in to take over 1840s old space in Bayview here in Milwaukee. So some pretty big news. You know, obviously people wondered what was going to happen with that space, and it's interesting to see someone from outside the state, an outside name that people may not be overly familiar with coming in. But it does make a lot of sense when you hear kind of the full backstory on Solemn Oath. So they were founded way back in 2012 in Naperville, and they now also have a location. I believe they opened up like 4 years ago in the Logan Square neighborhood in Chicago. So they have been around for quite a while. They are well established. You'll see there the pictures there. I think they're best known for some of their IPAs. I saw the top 3 check-ins with Untapped are there. 2 of them are their flagships, the Snaggletooth Bandana IPA and the Kidnapped by Vikings IPA, as well as a Butterfly Flash Mob Belgian IPA. You can tell they obviously like to have some fun with the beer names. But I will also shout out one of the other flagships, Lou, their Kolsch is the 5th most checked in. So I think their Kolsch is a pretty big draw as well. And their Oktoberfest, which, you know, is a seasonal, is the 12th most checked in beer of all of their beers. So that's an interesting little fact. Must be a pretty popular one when it does come out. But anyway, the Bayview location, so they will be operating it as a barrel aging facility, possibly as doing some brewing there too down the road. And the owner, John Barley, yes, that is his name. So he actually grew up in Mequon. So he is from the area. He is a Wisconsinite, and this has been a long time coming, essentially, is what we are learning about this. I know Chris had the interview that you can see there on the top that we released when the news broke. There are also articles out on Milwaukee Magazine, as well as a couple other places, kind of giving some of the background and details. But John essentially has been wanting to move up into a Wisconsin location for quite some time. And in fact, they were actually very close to getting where Eagle Park is now on the east side, the former Like Minds tap room, for people that may remember that spot way back in the day. Back in 2018, they almost landed that location to move up here at that point, which is now, 7 years ago. So this is something that has been on their radar for quite some time. It seems they are very excited about this move. There's a couple quotes here that I can read from John from these articles. He says, growing up in Wisconsin, this has always been personal. We're bringing our take on the modern American beer experience to what we see as one of the best beer scenes and communities in the world. We are proud to join the electric Bayview neighborhood, Milwaukee, and the Wisconsin brewers who make some of the best beer in the country. And in another place, he says, personally, this is a dream come true for me. What we're going to bring to what I view as a world-class beer community. I have the utmost respect for the breweries that are established in Wisconsin. I think people will learn to love us once they get to know us personally. And I know our goal ultimately, too, is to make sure we're sharing some world-class beer and turning heads on that side, too. So we have seen this in Milwaukee a handful of times now where we have outside names coming in, 2 actually from Illinois, or no, just 1. This is the second one from Illinois, but the first one was Indeed that came in from the Twin Cities and did a really good job establishing themselves there in Walker's Point. We saw Central Waters come in the brewery district, and then we also saw right down 2 blocks from them, we saw Pilot Project take over the old Milwaukee Brewing taproom space, and all of them have done a great job taking over their individual spaces and brewing some great beers. I expect nothing less out of Solemn Oath. The location is in a very happening, part of the city of Milwaukee there in Bayview. I know for people that are coming from other places, parking can sometimes be a bit of a hassle, but, it was always worth it for 1840, and I think it'll be the same thing for Solemn Oath. So the location was never an issue, in terms of it being a good place for a business. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do. The fact that they're doing barrel aging, I'm expecting that they may be doing some special things for the Milwaukee tap room and some special Milwaukee releases when the time comes. It sounds like this is going to be a little bit further down the road next year. But if you are wanting to try some of their beer, because they've kind of sold their beer on and off in Wisconsin since 2014, but they are doing a pop-up at Supermoon on December 18th from 5 to 9 p.m. So if you are curious about what will be another one of Milwaukee's newest breweries coming up soon, you can go and check out their beer. There aren't any other details. I don't know what they're all going to have on tap there at Supermoon, but I would guess you will be able to find some of these flagships I've mentioned to get to try them. And yeah, I mean, I am excited. I think it's fun to get a fresh new face into the community, and one that is obviously well established, seems to have very good standing with the community down there in the greater Chicagoland area in terms of brewing good beer. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really cool addition, and I'm looking forward to learning out more as we get closer, Greg.
Yeah. Joel, you summed it up really nice. Yeah. Actually, that little clip, you're going to see that on somewhere else. But I've been asking Joel on the side. I'm like, Joel, come out and talk about, what you think about Solemn Oath, because I know the people want to hear it. So Joel just gave that to you right there. It's perfect. It's great. Joel, I agree with, it's not really about whether I agree with it or not. It's, all those things were, good things and everything that, we can know about Solemn Oath. My comment on and why I'm excited about it, you can find on our new TikTok page. Y'all check it out, please. I will be, but I collectively, eventually, I think we'll all be dropping takes there. Those quick hitters that you
I'll
love
start
on
be doing
TikTok
that
and all
too.
Yeah, why not? Especially on the, a lot of things that just come on my blur, but I'm just gonna drop it, and I'll forget it by the next time we get together. But so on that said TikTok page, Joe, we're done with Solemn Oath, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I'm good on it. We'll have many more updates. Chris did the interview, and we will have many more updates because we're already talking to John. So John has expressed that he's going to let us know everything about it. So anything is happening, we're going to let y'all know. But on that same TikTok page, Goofball here made it an error earlier today when I said that Rick McNabb, the owner of Tailwinds Brewing, was a former pilot, but he was not. And Rick sent me this, and I want to make sure that I'm scolded publicly for saying things that were wrong. And I'm not joking about that.
You tell him, Rick.
Yeah, I was not a professional pilot. I work with United's pilot group, and my job was to maintain the currency qualifications, but I never flew anything other than simulations. Now, so with that being said, that is my retraction, and we removed the video from TikTok and from Facebook, and I apologize to Rick publicly, and I apologize to him in an email. He shouldn't have had to even make that statement, but a goofball on the internet provoked it. So that being said, Joel, what's next, buddy?
We have the grand opening of the Bull Falls Tap Room. So this is one that we've kind of covered in a lot of different stages, Greg. Leading up to we had the closing, then we had the acquisition, and then they opened up the beer garden and added the garage, and now they just had the grand opening of the actual tap room space. I have seen several different live music performances have already gone on there over the weekend. Some pretty exciting stuff, it seems. The only downside, Greg, is that it is very difficult to find any pictures of the inside of the tap room. I did reach out. I did reach out to ask. And I don't know if they're trying to keep it like you got to come and see it, kind of keeping things, intriguing. But either way, you know, I'm excited for them. It looks the clips of the videos of the uh, live music performances. You can't really see a whole lot, but what you can see looks very nice. And they did a really good job with the garage that's part of the beer garden. So I'm overall thinking I'm pretty optimistic in terms of how things are turning out up there. I know you're hoping to get up there at some point. Who knows? But yeah, so you can see there they have new hours open. They're open 7 days a week with varying hours. So make sure to check in. Kitchen is still in the works, it says. So you can bring your own food, but that is coming down the line. And yeah, I think we talked about, I really like the logo too. That's a fun logo. Really good work with that logo there. But yeah, or did you have anything you wanted to add for Bull Falls?
Oh yeah, I got a couple notes. Number one, and I think we expressed it numerous times on Badger Beer Report and Hour actually. I was never a fan of Bull Falls. Not never a fan, but I was not a fan of it before. And by the time I feel that I rolled into that place, it was like 30 years into being a 30-year-old brewery, and it just wasn't, to me, it just didn't grab me. Now everything I'm seeing out of this Bull Falls, Joel, is this feels like this total revamping of a wonderful thing. And Joel and I never want to see any brewery fail because we feel that that's a failure. Not a failure on a community, that's a failure for the community, if that makes sense. Meaning, it's just one less place that the community has to gather for numerous reasons. Whether, I mean, at this point, it's yoga and casseroles and all kinds of different things are happening at breweries these days. But just to see the revitalization of this one specifically, given its historical context and the city that it's in, it's just a wonderful story. And the garage, like you said, looks excellent. So I'm expecting that the inside of the tap room is going to be kind of that same motif, excellent. And it seems like everything's going well there. So I just want to give a Bull Balls, and I'm just really happy about that. So yeah, cheers. When we get up there, yeah, and we hope to talk to them too and bring you the story to y'all a little bit closer to your house. So yeah, Joel, we're excited about this
one. Next up, another one that we're very excited for. I know we just talked about Rick, and they are inching closer, Greg. They are inching closer. I know that they are on the cusp here. They've been brewing some beers. You can see there. Rick's pouring it out of the taps. If you want to hear more background story, don't forget that I did interview Rick. Had a great time chatting with him about his whole backstory and about the brewery, the brewery's progress, how they came, how they wanted to shape their brewery. I'm very excited to go down and check it out. I was hoping to be able to get down there earlier, but unfortunately that, I'll have to wait for maybe some grand opening things, but we'll see. But yeah, they are getting close. They're getting very close, Greg.
Yeah, that blurb there says this at the end of this week they'll be able to announce the grand opening. So
yes,
I'm expecting it within the next 2 weeks or something, probably next week.
Maybe even tomorrow, because he was waiting for us to do our live stream first.
Yeah, you never know. And to get his profession wrong, like an idiot. But whatever. We'll move on.
Hey, listen, it happens. It happens.
Little things. Go on.
Yeah. So next we have Brewed Omen, and Brewed Omen is making some pretty good progress too, Greg. I know that you have been the one chatting with them a little bit more. Did you want to provide the update on Brewed Omen?
Yeah, our friend and brewer and taproom manager Kyle Sikora wrote. I asked him if he had anything to say. He said, "Sure. We have a few beers brewed. So that's great news. I'll be working in the cellar this week, learning lots with each brew, tweaking recipes and process with each brew day. Looking forward to getting into a rhythm and comfortable. Once there, I can't wait to explore what we can do. I'm excited with what we have already, but can't wait to start pushing some limits, Joel."
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, we've kind of talked it at length. I mean, I don't know how many times we've said a similar phrase of that. we're very excited to see what comes of this, as the number of businesses that have kind of been shaped in this manner are few and far between, where you have a very established craft beer bar adding a brewery. And I know that's been the plan, for a very long time, but this is now a well-established craft beer bar. This is not one that just opened and they immediately added a brewery. So I'm very intrigued to see what types of beers that they are going to produce to go alongside all the guest taps, because I'm assuming they're still going to include a lot of that. So it will be, I'm guessing that you're going to see a pretty big variety, and you are going to see traditional stuff, I would guess, especially early on, but it sounds like that they may be, reaching outside the comfort zone a little bit, because I would guess that may be something that their clientele is looking for. I would guess with some of the guest stuff that they get, that they put out occasionally, they're going to probably have some pretty interesting things coming out of their taps down the road.
Yep, and I love the space. It's isn't this Main Street, Joel? Hartford, right?
And it's right on that little creek that goes through downtown.
Yeah, and it's a historical building.
Yep.
Not necessarily officially historical, but it's it has history.
Been around a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Big cheers for this one. And we're looking forward to talking to Kyle on the record, y'all, and him being able to tell the full story of Brewed Omen is coming, y'all. But he's busy, so we're definitely gonna talk to him, though. He's already said he would, so I'm looking forward to that. And we will be at the opening. I think one of us should hopefully be at the opening.
Yeah.
Soft opening for sure. Maybe the grand opening. We will see. But Joel, you did a grand opening before we got on of what you're drinking, and I forgot to ask you about it earlier.
Oh, yeah. So I am drinking arguably one of Wisconsin's most underappreciated beers tonight, Greg. And
let's see.
So I was going through, and I've been trying to find out my favorite pumpkin beer, and I've tried a bunch, and I have two that I always get every year, and I tried them side by side, to figure out, and it was like, yeah, this is my favorite, and that is the Whole Hog Pumpkin Ale, and I don't think people realize. So this is, again, Point Brewery, their Whole Hog Series Pumpkin Ale. I don't think people realize just how great this beer is and how many awards this beer has won. It has won 5 GABF medals, including 3 golds sent between 2014 and 2021. It has won a European Beer Star gold medal. It won a gold medal in Paste magazine. And like I said, between 2012 and 2021, it won 5 GABF medals. 3 of them were gold. This is a beer that I think is just, it's an incredible, if you enjoy a good pumpkin beer, you're going to have a hard time finding a better one than this, both aroma and taste. It's so good. And any beer that has won that many medals garners some respect. And I think because it's a pumpkin beer and it's only around a certain amount of time, and it's a style that is, not necessarily the most overall beloved. It's one of those styles that I feel like people either gravitate towards or completely push away. I think it goes underappreciated for how good this beer is in relation to the overall Wisconsin craft beer scene.
All right, I need to get me some. I pretty much love everything Whole Hog Dogs, to be honest with you.
I know.
Yeah, that pumpkin beer is excellence there.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
It's so good.
Excellence.
And they've won the 5 medals, and I don't even know. I don't even know if they've continued to put it in, because a lot of breweries have stopped submitting to GABF. So who knows if they're even still submitting it?
Yeah, and I just love that for Point too, because they're just an OG.
They are
still
literally
clearly, and still crafting clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So so who is still? I'm sorry.
No.
We're ready for this entity to start crafting, Joel.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're getting there, and I feel like we've been saying that about Boulder Junction for a while, and we're just, I hope we're close, and I think we're getting there. As you can see there at the bottom, my interview with them from back in June with Boulder Junction's owners there, had a great time talking with them. Greg, and the building looks awesome. The pictures that they've been posting, it looks fabulous. they have been meticulous in their planning and their execution, which is why you have not seen them open yet. I feel like if this was, there are people that would have rushed most likely to get it done quicker and to get it out. That has not been the case for them. They want everything to be done right and done correctly. And I think that, long run, that will benefit them. I'm sure short term right now, it's very, very frustrating, but we are close. And this is one that we cannot wait to hop on here and give you the grand opening announcement, which will hopefully be coming here soon.
Amen. And the attention to detail is just insane with this one, in my opinion. Not insane, but like it's real,
especially for being in Boulder Junction. Like,
yeah, the detail.
Yeah,
you're gonna walk in, and all these details are going to be really, really done well. I'm getting a very again. I want to, slow down expectations here, but I'm getting a very Volt 202 kind of party kind of coming out, meaning like you're gonna go there early and
Fond du Lac too.
I don't believe. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll get the Fond. I'll let y'all know about Fond du Lac. I mean, Joel is now, but I'll let y'all know in a week. And Joel, I'll be. But I've been to Vault, and the presentation of that brewery being only 2 months old was just wild. And I kind of think Boulder Junction, given their attention to detail and everything, is kind of going to be that way. Like you're going to roll in there like 3 months in and be like, wait, is this brewery been here for 3 months or 3 years? And I think all this detail and everything, I just think that's how it's going to go. Now, some breweries come out and you're like, oh, it's a new brewery. It's cool. I can feel it. And then you come back 3 years later and they're like, wow, they've progressed to being this wonderful thing that we knew that they were going to be. So every brewery has its own little, evolution. I feel that this is going to come out strong. And yeah, so isn't there another? You got another picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and this shows like, the detail to outside of what they're doing. And then I just included this note here, y'all, that said that, I don't know if you want to read that, Joe.
Oh yeah. It just says that, someone was commenting that they're crossing their fingers for an opening here in November, so, early November. Mm-hmm. And they commented that would be a Main Street miracle, unfortunately. So I think we're looking more late November into December. But all signs, I think, yeah. And then here, and then
literally all
signs, yes, the welcome sign there. But all signs are pointing to hopefully being before the end of the year. It's kind of our understanding.
Yeah, and I included this because again, it's just that it proves, or no, it shows my part about the my comment about the detail.
Yeah,
and this is an old sign from the place that they replaced, y'all. The place that was there, they took a sign that was there, and now it's back at Boulder Junction
of the blueberry patch.
Yes, and they care about the history and they care about the city, and there's just so much going on, wonderful things going on here.
I love calling Boulder Junction a city.
Yeah, once I go there, I will again have to get on this and retract my statement, but it's fine. Yeah, so Ian was really excited. Another thing they're excited about up there is their app, y'all, and they're using their app to announce their arrival. And so I'm just going to directly quote Ian. He said, you can report that we'll have substantial completion and a compliance issued by the end of the week. And that was he sent this email 2 days ago, y'all. So compliance issued by the end of the week and county health inspection on Thursday. That's tomorrow. After that, Tracy will passivate the brewing system, and then we will be ready to start brewing. We will be announcing the grand opening on our BC app. So if you wanted to be the first to know, y'all should download the app and sign up for a free account. So there you go. And I did. So I will get that notice, and when I do, I will come running to Messenger and tell Joel, and we will have a good old time. But we probably won't be able to get up there soon. I'm gonna try really hard though. Take a 1-day trip because I'm just stupid excited, and I don't know. They're friends of the show and everything now, Joel. So it would be cool to get out there soon.
Yeah.
But if I don't get out there in December, it will be until spring because y'all scare me with the winters up there.
Yeah, the winters up there are different than even down here in southern Wisconsin.
So yeah, and speaking of up there, but not that far up there.
Yeah, Derriere. So Derriere, speaking of signs, also, Derriere has their sign up. So if you are driving through Seymour, you will be able to now see the Derriere Brewing sign. And yeah, they said, they're hopefully they're still getting stuff, hood vents installed, working through their scheduling for refrigeration, still working on some of the permit paperwork and whatnot. So they are, plugging away. I think this is another one that you would hope is going to be open here before the end of the year. But yeah, having the big sign up above the door is a positive step, though. I feel like so. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm optimistic that we're going to get this one here before the end of 2025, Greg. But we will see. That's just
All
where
right.
we're going
Well,
to go with that.
all right. So let's have a balanced broadcast
Yeah.
here, and I'm going to say I am not optimistic. I feel that Derriere is going to be the first of class of 26. Actually,
Okay.
is
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
feel.
Okay.
I feel that I could be wrong, but if so, from what we do and how we've been looking at this, especially in the past, this whole year, at least the year of 2025, Joel and I have been really on, especially the openings and tracking them and figuring out all, when they're going to projecting. This is either going to be the last of the class of 25, Joel, or the first.
Yeah.
I think that's the slotting. But yeah, because there's still a lot to do here, but things could happen fast, but also things could happen slow. So we'll see. But the momentum is building for this one, which
Yeah.
is what, a half an hour outside of Green Bay.
Yes, it's
To the
just
west,
just
right?
a little bit west of Green Bay for
All
the
right.
folks at home.
Cool, cool.
And then we also have another update from Doe City, way over in Prairie du Chien. Folks that may not remember, I do also have a podcast episode with Paul talking with him. And he said that they are going to be breaking ground, or they should be breaking ground next month on their brewing space. And then they hoping to open up the tap room early next year. So that is very exciting. It sounds like they plan to, we knew that they were going to be brewing. We weren't 100% sure on how the taproom space was going to come along, but it does sound like they will be part of that class of 26, hopefully, which is really cool. Because again, I know we've talked about when we've discussed them that they are kind of over in that brewery desert, and specifically when you're talking about the state of Wisconsin, especially because the next closest breweries are a long ways away, and they're in Iowa. So this is filling a pretty big gap, and I love the branding on this one. Got a good story. I'm had a great time chatting with Paul. So, looking forward to getting more updates from him.
Yeah, and as dense as the East Wisconsin is, from Green Bay all the way down to,
Oh yeah,
I mean, all the way down to Racine now. We're getting
Kenosha,
tailwinds,
yeah.
and right. I mean, as dense as the East is, you know what I'm going to say, Joe. The
No,
West is just so sparse.
well, because I mean,
Generally,
even Lacrosse does not have that many for how big the population is. And then I mean, up there, I feel like Eau Claire doesn't. I mean, so like that whole side, yeah.
But like the whole side is not. I mean, we got like Footjoy here and there. We got Half Fast in the middle of nowhere. It's just wild. So, New City's going to help fill in those gaps. I mean, we got Toasty down there in Seven Hills, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not that much in there. Yeah, there's not much in there.
Wisconsin brew to them, and it's a ways away.
So yeah, and like when people are talking about, is there too many craft beer, blah blah blah, and some places yes, but Western Wisconsin, no.
Yeah, there are so many communities that can support one.
So yeah, we love that one.
Yep. And then so next up is a little update on Little Port. We've been kind of following that they closed down and they're in the process of reopening, and they are now, because of the closure, apparently dealing with some financial issues, and have started a GoFundMe to help with some support. And I know you have the link here, and if you go and search Little Port Brewery, on the GoFundMe, you'll be able to find it there. But yeah, so they're hoping to get some additional support, and I would like to get back down there. As we've talked about, Racine is, when you talk about how dense the breweries are in western Wisconsin, Racine only having one is kind of the area that is not that dense compared to population. So I'm hoping that they are able to right the ship here and get the support that they need to continue to brew there in that community.
5,509. This was taken a couple days ago out of 10 grand. So they're halfway through their goal. And if y'all are so inclined, and in the area, or just want to support a local business, we highly encourage you to check out little ports. Of course, sometimes the best way is to go there and support them when they're opening. They're still not doing an official grand opening, right? But they're soft opening, right? Joel, is that
Yes. Well, and
something like that?
they have like the two spots that kind of across the street from each other. So
Mhm.
yes, that is my understanding.
Okay, cool. So we'll actually be able to report a grand opening here, I believe, soon with Littleport, and also, or maybe they're waiting for the funds to come in. I don't know. Something's going on there, but yeah, check out the funds. Check out Littleport if you're down there. They could use all the support that we could give them. Oh, sorry, Joel. My bad.
Oh no. And then another little update. So
You were there
Lombardi
recently.
Brewing, they are getting their beer out there. And I think that you are going to see even more of this, especially if/when they start brewing with that system there at the Old City Lights location. I think distro is definitely part of their game plan. In particular, their golden lager. I've now been there twice, Greg.
Mhm.
And both times they have two big, coolers with beer, and one entire cooler essentially is filled with their golden boy, their golden lager. With the number 5 on there for Paul Horning, the golden boy. So that golden lager, I feel like, is going to be one that you're going to see in a lot of places as they ramp up. Very solid beer. Really enjoyed it. Had a couple of them when I was at Lombardi watching the Bucks game with a friend. And the pale Czech lager and the dark Czech lager were both also excellent as well. Again, so yeah, they got some good stuff going on there. I know, still working out some kinks, I think, with some of the other recipes, but overall have enjoyed my second visit. And yeah, curious to see how this goes, like what they're all going to do distro wise in terms of disbursement and quantity, in terms of locations and how much is going to be in different areas.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to accent this, because that was the main thing I heard when they came out was we're going to try to distribute widely within Wisconsin. And I was like, wait.
Packer fans are everywhere in Wisconsin, Greg. I mean, I feel like
no.
if they're making solid beer, I mean, if the beer is solid, like
Right.
the branding alone people are gonna be sold on this, from pretty much everywhere, but especially if they end up, just distributing up towards Green Bay.
And that's a great point, but that is all. They're also doing a salmon going upstream, Joe, as you know, because a lot of regional breweries are the ones taking the hit. So coming out in this environment saying, hey, we're going to be broad and big, I'm just going to note that this shows shortly after they open, they are putting their vision into play, is what I really wanted to know more than
100%.
anything. Now, whether it works or not is what we're going to see. But I also like the styles that they're rolling out on a distribution level are very Packer tailgate type of beers.
Approachable.
Yes, but they're very much drinkable when everybody's going to be tailgating for the Packers, who only lost one game, and we won't mention the team that they did lose to. But the Packers are having a great year, and this is a great time to be rolling out this Packer beer with a Packer name on it. It's talk about, like, Boulder Junction and some other breweries too having like problems with getting the roll out when they need to. Lombardi has seemed to roll out at the right time, and they're continuing to roll out with people being able to see their beer and other things. So this is just an encouraging thing if you are rooting for Lombardi Brewing Company, as we are. We know Joel is, because Joel wants to see more Packer people on beer cans.
Well, there's that. Hold on. Speaking of that, hold on 1 second here. I need to
But
show.
yeah,
Let me see here.
Lombardi is fascinating as a brand and a brewery and all that. And yeah, Joel's not going to let us not talk about it, even though I put that in there, yo. I added that before Joel even got there.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to my
Yeah, you need to yeah, what do you want to show your screen?
yeah, I was going to, but I can't find the picture. Oh, I know I sent it to you. Well, anyway, I'll just say it visually, or
Mhm,
not show it visually.
mhm.
Uh, if people want to go see Vince Lombardi's Golden Hall of Fame jacket,
Oh,
the real
yeah.
one, as
Huh.
in like a museum quality piece, the
Mm,
real Vince Lombardi Hall of Fame jacket, it is framed behind glass and hanging in the Lombardi Brewing tap room. Apparently, they just I just blanked on his name, but he just brought it in. Mr. Lombardi himself brought it in. The family member brought it into the tap room pretty recently. And
mm,
they also have signed photos from the Ice Bowl, and but the jacket is where it's like that is a you do not find that outside of museums typically or a
mm,
Hall of Fame. Like that is an absolutely insane thing to be able to display in your place of business. And I feel like that alone for Packer fans
mm.
is worth stopping in there
A
for.
trip. Mm.
So I mean, it is
And
absolutely crazy that is there. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I think I sent it to the our
I
group chat.
and I would suspect that this is only the first part of the memorabilia that's going to be packed in that place.
Yeah, I would guess that they're going to get more in there because they have a whole bunch
Yeah,
of old
old video.
photos,
Yeah,
and they have a whole bunch of. Oh, here I got it. Here,
that's the
hold on.
play, man.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
share.
play.
Let me. I know we're going long on this, but hold on.
Ah, where am I going?
Let me share my.
Oh, we're only 37 minutes in, Joel. We're almost done. We're good.
Okay, there we go. Is it visible there, Greg?
Oh, it's going to be in a second.
Yeah. Oh, and then here, if it's that, so then there you can see on the Ice Bowl, the famous sneak. You can see there's a
Hold
whole
on.
bunch of signatures there with Hall of Fame next to it there of from players from the Ice Bowl. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the Hall of Fame jacket for anyone would be
Hmm.
crazy. Having the Hall of Fame jacket for the man who the championship trophy is named after is just
It's kind of wild.
it's I yeah, wild is very much yeah.
Kind of wild.
That is a very very fair
Kind of
take.
wild. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can find that at Lombardi Brewing Co.
Yeah,
Right,
go
Joe?
check it
Where's
out,
that at?
Packer
Tell
fans.
everybody. Tell
I
everybody.
know. I will say it's not hanging up like I told him. It's not like it's kind of off to the side, like in a corner. I'm like, you got to hang that thing behind the bar or like right at the front door. That needs to be like the focal point when you come in to visit Lombardi.
Remind everybody where exactly this is.
This is old City Lights location. So just south of 94. As you're coming into downtown, for people that are used to driving into downtown Milwaukee, you used to see it is currently it's currently still says City Lights on the big building. It's just north there, Mitchell Park, but they are eventually, I believe, going to be replacing the big sign there. But yeah, the old City Lights location. I actually came in and so someone came in and sat down and was like, didn't realize that it had changed yet. He's like, I didn't realize that City Lights had closed. I'm like, well, it's been a little while. You should tune into the Badger Beer Report next time. But
That's
but
the
yes,
way,
yes.
man.
So Packer fans, even if you don't really like beer, probably should go take a peek at the Vince Lombardi Gold Jacket. Is my personal opinion.
Amen. And if you're not anywhere near there, you can grab Lombardi's beer. Keep an
Hopefully
eye
soon.
out everywhere because it's going to
Yeah,
be everywhere.
yeah.
They're rolling it out, y'all. And what's not being rolled out, but
This is all
actually
you.
is working here is Youngblood Brewing Co. Is has a roof, y'all. And I just wanted to show that. This is right up the street from my house, so I stop by periodically and take pictures. They recently got a roof, and I just wanted to show this kind of this graphic because I think this is going to be a real integral part of the new Youngblood, which is the hockey rink is within walking distance. Y'all can see, which is not it's still not done itself. Walking distance from Youngblood. So they're already talking about just the things that they're going to be doing with the hockey players from all kinds. And this is exciting bill, Joel. This will be one of our first in the class of the 26. I would say though in the spring, but they want to start brewing there real soon. And while I'm privy to much inside information for Youngblood, this is not inside information. This is my speculation
Mm-hmm.
that that will be the headquarters of Youngblood, and we might see other locations not exist anymore after this one's established. That's just my take, y'all.
We're allowed to have our
I
takes.
could be wrong.
We're allowed to have our takes.
Right. But I mean I know Kyle, I know Bill. But they've never said any shit like that to me. I'm just gonna let that know. Excuse my language, but that's the truth. That's just me being weird. So don't say I said that was gonna happen because I did. But I didn't with any knowledge outside of me just being this person who loves to speculate. But anyway, what's not speculation is that this project will be done next year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, especially with your location close by. I think it'll be fun to have that.
Youngblood will be, yeah, it'll be insane that that's the closest brewery to my house. Because I mean, I got good ones, man. It's either Carbon 4 or Octopi, so it's fine. Lone Girl, they're all adjacent. They're all good. It's fine. Anyway, what is this is fine too.
Yeah, Rio Lobo. We wanted to give them a little shout. This is a brewery that I'm not sure if we have covered much of with Badger Beer Report.
Have you ever visited there, Joe?
What?
Have you ever visited there?
I have not actually. This is in Weyawega. I would like to get up there, but I have not been there yet. So this is one of the ones that is still on my missing report that I need to check off on my box. But they added 2 15-barrel fermenters. And pretty exciting stuff for them getting to add it in.
This is the cutest segment ever.
Yes. And so they actually says here, we made it home safely. The lid to one of the tanks fell in during the transport, and none of them could really reach in there very easily. And so it looks like, I'm assuming this is one of their children, got plopped in with a fire rescue hat and was able to get it out. Jesus. So I hope that he was compensated appropriately. But yeah, a lot of fun. And this points towards Rio Lobo producing more beer, points towards them potentially producing more different styles. Because, adding the fermenters gives you the ability to obviously brew more, but it also gives you the ability to brew different styles because, in terms of like timelines, being able to move things between different tanks for longer periods of time for fermenting. So yeah, be interesting to see what comes of this for them. This is obviously one of another smaller brewery, but that is obviously getting bigger. So looking forward to seeing what this has. And Weyawega, striking distance. I really should try to get up there at some point, Greg, to check.
Where is that? Where is that? Give me what's the comparison city to it?
Where would that be?
I always forget about Rio. I always forget about this one. I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's there between like Appleton and Wapaka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like yeah. So it's a little ways west of Appleton. I would say it's okay. Hold on, let me pull up. Okay. Yeah, it's about halfway between like Appleton and Amherst, I would say.
Oh,
maybe slightly closer to Amherst because it's more highway, but yeah, it's about halfway between those two.
Okay. So y'all can hit it, or we can hit it when we do CW. Y'all sounds like so.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Keep that in mind, y'all, when y'all doing your beer trips. Yeah. So, oh yeah, look at this.
Oh, happy birthday to. Okay, so as we've been doing now for a little bit, we are shouting out anniversaries for breweries. And for October, we have a nice little grouping here. The one here is Blue Heron, which is now 2 decades. Lucette is turning 15. That's a pretty big one. We had Stillmank. Octopi just celebrated their 10th anniversary recently here. I'm a big fan of Fifth Word. We've talked about Dusterbeck's quite a few times,
Oh,
and
I
we just
love this.
mentioned Central Waters Milwaukee coming in. So some good names there. Good Works, man, it's crazy. I remember I visited Good Works right after they opened. It's crazy that that's already been like 2 years now. Today, the 28th. So happy 2-year birthday today
Yes.
to Good Works.
Yeah, they do good works, and that's why we love them.
Yeah. Oh, and
I've never been there.
Lionsdale Tosa. Speaking of, that was a brewery I forgot to mention in terms of outside breweries coming into the Milwaukee area and opening up locations.
And being successful at it.
Although, Lionsdale and Central Waters are, very established Wisconsin brands versus outside state brands coming in.
Sure.
But still points to the success that you can have with that. So, and Sunshine there in Lake Mills. Shout out to them, H.H. Hinder. So yeah, nice little grouping there for October birthdays.
So I'm just gonna do I'm gonna go through it. I'm just gonna do some one word or things, and then we can move on. So Blue Herring, I had such a fantastic time there. But what I remember about Blue Herring is their hush puppies.
Ooh.
They're really good. They're like these gourmet hush puppies. Lucette has that amazing pizza in the oven. Stillmank has the wonderful perky porter. Octopi now has a shy dry, which is excellent. I don't know anything, and I'm being honest here, y'all. I don't know anything about Fifth Ward, Joel. I need to do that.
Really? Oh, that's that's like a really good spot. The UW Oshkosh grads that had a culinary background.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked my visit there. Now, many years ago, but I really enjoyed my visit there. That was my favorite stop in Oshkosh.
Oshkosh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I personally love Sunshine Brewery. I've had nothing but good vibes there. Dosterbucks, one of my favorite brewery stops, one of my favorite farm breweries, pretty much, period. I just love it. The environment is just wild there. Wildly relaxing and nice. Central Waters, of course, is, you already know. Lionsdale. And of course, look at our little friend, not little friends, but look at our friends gathering place. We will always adore a gathering place here at Badger Beer Report.
I had our Dutch beer on tap there at the gathering place, Toasted Tap Room.
Yes, sir. So, and that's delicious. And we just spoke on good work. So, happy birthday to all the breweries in October. We will address the November ones. Our next Badger Beer Report. What's going on? Oh,
things to keep an eye on, Greg. So we have a couple things to keep an eye on. I think the primary one there is in the top right there, Radix. I can tell you right now, I'm going to be talking with them soon here. They may still be class of 25 here, Greg.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's what I'm slipping on, actually. But I think Radix in before Derriere.
Yeah. But that's when I cannot express how excited I am about that. We have Shattered Glass, Clockwork. We're still kind of waiting on to hear the next steps with that big build out. Well, both of them building out. Gravity Box coming along there with the Dells. And then for those that missed last time, Iron Nugget, the one that kind of just popped out of nowhere that we're not entirely sure what's going on there. We're going to try to dig a little bit here, I think, and try to get some background information. But some other things to keep an eye on.
That's a remote, almost Michigan one, right?
Yes. You can throw a rock to hit the UP.
Okay. Yeah. So that's like Boulder Junction-ish as far as like remoteness.
Yeah, that one's way out there.
Right, but we care about that though.
Is it Hurley? I think.
Hurley, yes.
I think that sounds right. Yes.
Yeah, we care about
I care about every single. I can promise every brewery watching. I care about every single brewery. Obviously, I was going to say even outside of Wisconsin. Obviously, as a man that wrote a book about traveling the country to go to breweries, but in particular inside the state lines of Wisconsin, you hold an extreme importance to me, big or small. And speaking of, how many breweries in the state of Wisconsin, we still have our numbers here.
262. That's up too.
Yep. So we're going to be adding to that number here. I would guess in the next month.
We got 3 for sure.
We got a couple coming in here. Yeah.
Yeah. I know we got 3 left. I know we got now. We might have 5 though.
We might. Yeah. We'll see. And so here's the updated map again with openings. And then announcements for the future here. You can see I added the solemn oath, and we have several here that I am hoping by the next time you see us, we'll be able to be getting moved over to the openings list before we switch over to 2020 to 2026.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
we get to that last one, let's stop here real quick.
Yeah.
So one that I'm growing excitement for, and we haven't talked about it in a little bit, is Ope. I wasn't Joel, I was underwhelmed by their announcement. I literally was. Because I'm like, wait, what's Ope's new? What's going on? And they're fully established in West Allis and they're great. Don't get me wrong. But after talking to the owner at the Lagerfest, I'm extremely excited about Ope Appleton. I think that's going to be a treat for y'all. And for everybody. And that's just wild given y'all just added Vault 202.
Appleton is going to be popping.
This is becoming unfair because now y'all got McFleshman's and Appleton Beer Company right next to it. And I didn't even talk about Fox River and Hop Ale Works. And it's just wild up there in Appleton. And luckily, I guess is a segue. Luckily, I will be going up there next weekend or next week. Actually, it is next week. Next week, this time I'll be up there.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, are we talking about by the time that opens? I mean, I know Green Bay's right there too. Appleton might be knocking on the door of being the third best beer city in Wisconsin, and honestly, they're going to be getting closer to Madison. I mean, with the quality of what they got going on there. Appleton.
I was going to say Appleton may be knocking on the door at second already. So it's just they may be second already, and we may not even know it. Vault 202 is excellent.
Yeah,
just excellent, and it's only 3 months old. It's wild how good that thing started. In my opinion, I can't wait till you get up there to verify that. But and then unfortunately, before we get to my road trip, we have to talk about our unfortunate losses this year.
And well, I mean, unfortunate, but fortunately, at least we have not added any since the last time you saw us. These are all ones that we have lost this year.
Two great things.
Yeah, we'll at once we get to the end of the year, we'll do a full recap and allow us to talk again about all these. I'm sure.
And we're also going to do a year in review in December, y'all. And Joel and I are going to give us our 5 favorite breweries of the year. 5 favorite breweries of the year from 1 to 5. And also we'll probably do like brewery stops or something. We'll have a good time. We will poll if our other guests are not here, we will poll them and make them get on record for things, and then we can make fun of them later. But anyway, because that's what we do here. So Joel, before we get out of here, one of the things that y'all could look forward to coming up here is I am going on 2 road trips in November to find out more about Wisconsin breweries, of course, and to bring y'all more content. I'm really excited about this. I'm also should be catching up to Joel a little bit on our scale here, even though Joel's probably been all these motherfuckers. I know he hasn't been this way, so I'm really holding that above his head. So that'll be fun. But Joe, he'll get there soon enough. But that visit at Sway is going to be really fun because they will not be open, but Matt is going to welcome me and let me in there and see what's all going on when no one's there. So I am excited as all hell about that. So Sway is going to be fun. And partially this is for me doing some research, y'all, on new breweries. You see Hoya Hop House there.
I need to get there
too. Fond du Lac Brewing there. You see Brewed Open will not be there when I get there, but obviously it's going to be imminent. So new breweries and just breweries that have showed Badger Beer Hour and report some love, like Badger State, like Titletown, like Cocoon, absolutely. Fond du Lac, Joe talks to. Soon Inventors, I think. We'll talk about that later. I'm not sure, but going to Inventors and meeting Trevor, that's going to be fun and interesting. It's actually my first stop. And we may have some things working with them, as Joel alluded to. So that'll be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be great, and you will be able to see all this on Badger Beer Reports. Uh, Everything I will be posting all of it, and I will be taking videos and messing around. So it's gonna be fun. I'll be on TikTok talking about it. I'll be on Facebook. I'll be everywhere next week, y'all, starting next Tuesday to next Friday. So, and if any of y'all are going to be at any of those places during the way, let me know. I will be broadcasting where I will be on our Facebook. So it's going to be a big thing. And then lastly, so then in late November, I'm taking a trip with the Madison's Homebrew and Tasters Guild that puts on ding 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 the Great Taste of the Midwest, which all of y'all know about. Um, the club does a goodwill tour where they go to breweries that showed goodwill and came to the great taste. So what we do is we hop on a bus and go around to these breweries and flood them for a couple hours and buy all the beer and merch that we can and enjoy the time. So as you see, there are some Michigan ones that I did not count because we're Wisconsin based, but we're going to Barrel and Beam, Joel. I'm really excited about
Mm-hmm.
that one. Outside. But I mean, these are all like I just see bangers of breweries here. Appleton, Red Eye, Central Waters. I'm sorry, yeah, Appleton Beer Company, McFleshman's, Lion's Tail. So yeah, it's gonna be great. And I will have some footage of that. I have yet to talk to the club to see what they want me or going to enable me to take. But I'm just a person. But at the same time, this is the first time I've ever done a club trip as a media person, if that makes sense. So, we'll see what the club wants out and not. But though there will be some pictures and all kinds of things from that too,
Mm-hmm.
Joel. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
Hitting,
I would
hitting
be too.
the
And
road.
I was going to say, and I'll hit a couple new ones for myself. Actually, this weekend, I'll be going to Hop Garden in Paoli as well as Body How in Oregon. Those are I will be not to the same number of what you're getting to right now, but I will be able to hit a couple. And so I will be doing that this weekend. So I'll try to do some posting for that. You're muted, Greg.
Those two new ones.
For me, yes, they're
Yeah,
too new for me.
yeah.
Yes.
And Hop Garden Belleville's not that far, so I don't know what your schedule looks like. Just keep that in
Yeah,
mind.
I'm
That in
gonna
mind.
it depends. I'm gonna be coming back pretty late. I'm gonna be by myself, but it's gonna be a later
Yeah.
Saturday thing. And I have my first men's league basketball game Sunday morning, so I can't,
No, that's cool. I'm
do
just
that.
saying
That's
it's
why I'm
really
coming back
close.
by myself from the in-laws, is because I have a game to play.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah, and Bodie House interesting. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
that'll put me at 225, by the way, Greg.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's only what 40 away from,
Well, I need to count through. I have
the count
it
ones
is
that were.
very sad how many I have that have, since I started in 2016, how many have closed, because there are a lot of them.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
But what's not sad, that Joel, is that we're done.
We are, well,
right? Or are we?
It is, sad, not sad, but yes, we hopefully we'll see you here in a couple weeks with some big updates, I would guess, some announcements, I would guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have. I mean, November's gonna have at least 2 openings. It's gonna have Tailwinds and Brood, I believe. I think that's just solid. Boulder might come in at the end there, but then you're starting to, excuse my language, you're starting to F around with Thanksgiving at the end of this month. So then when does, you know what I mean? How does that all fit? But the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the biggest beer drinking day in America.
Yeah, that'd be a
One of
heck
the
of a day to open.
So that would be a great day to open that Tuesday. Be like, yo, let's come and do Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So anyway, Joel, any last words, and we'll get out of here.
No, like as always, whether it's where you're visiting or where you're living, be sure to drink local everywhere. Everybody, cheers.